Content exhaustion can be handled in 3 ways in an engagement program. First one is automatic, using a campaign. Second one is manual, using program actions. And the third one is notifications. So let's create a smart campaign which handles when someone needs to leave the nurture. Let's call it leaves nurture. You could call it anything. And in leaves nurture, what we're going to do is we can't use a trigger. There is no trigger for content exhaustion. What we're looking for is a filter called member of engagement program. So this filter has a special constraint here, which is called exhausted content. So what we're looking for now is we're looking for anyone who's a member of our particular engagement program and who has exhausted content. Then the flow could be something like changing program status, moving it to another stream or moving it to another program, really whatever you want. Now what's important is because it is a scheduled campaign, we need to actually schedule reoccurrence so that this will happen continually. So daily is a good one if your nurturing content is on a bi-weekly cadence. So you would then select starting today, repeat every day, for example. Now that program will run, check for any leads that have exhausted content, and then perform some kind of action, such as removing them from this particular stream. So the way to do that would be to change the engagement program stream, and we could move them to another nurture stream, for example, and we could remove them from this program. So we're removing them from the current program, moving them to another nurture stream, for example. So that's the automatic method of managing content exhaustion. The other way to do it is manually. To check manually which leads have exhausted content, we go to our engagement program, go to members, and if there were leads displayed here, what we need to do is look for an exhausted content column. So there's none here, so we're going to add it to our default view, or we could create a new view. So if we go edit default and we look for exhausted content, we would add that as a column. And now when we looked at our members, when there were members in this campaign, the exhausted content would come up as true or false, depending on if they have indeed exhausted. Then we could manually select those leads and then perform some kind of action on them. The last thing to note for exhausted content is when leads run out of content, there will also be notifications that appear. So there's no one here, but if we flip to the community and have a look at what it looks like, you can either have it appear here as an exhausted on the actual stream, or it will appear in the notifications as a notification, as an exhausted content notification. So that's another place to look for leads that have exhausted the content in their current engagement program.